Big Dog Northeast Colorado Storm Chasers here, live with you on a live weather briefing. I'm feeling a little bit better. Throat's still not 100%, but I feel a little bit better, I guess, in the throat. Yesterday, I could hardly swallow, and it was just terrible, and it was just one of those days. So, hey, I'm getting through it slowly. The good news is I don't have school right now, which is good. But I've got to go back to school later on this week, though. So this next weekend. So we'll see how it goes. So hopefully I feel a lot better. So anyway, welcome aboard. 11 o'clock. I told you I'd give you 11 o'clock briefing on what's going on with the weather. Things are changing rapidly. First things first, let's start off with the big serious situation. Had reports of a lot of people reporting that there was a bad crash. Highway 34 between between Wiggins and Greeley or Kersey, and there was a bad crash west of there. A couple of semis went head on, is what I'm seeing in the comments. Uh, that's that's only confirmed by those that went through the area. That is not confirmed by myself. So I just want you to know that is by the people that have driven through that area and have reported that they've gone around County Road 54 and 55 is what I'm being told. From that crash. So that's the best I can report on that. I don't have any more updates in regards to that. So if you have any more updates, you're welcome to share them with us live on the stream here in the comments sections. Just let us know, and that would be fantastic. All right. So again, I'm using the microphone system. So excuse me. I think I've got this figured out. So I'm going to go ahead and show you guys the stream here next, and I should stay on microphone here. And let's go right into it. Okay, we're going to go right into it. I use this new app. It's called Ventusky. Um, it's a great app that just came out here. Good morning, Don. Welcome to see you on here. Yeah, I'm sure it's foggy and icy, so we'll see what happens. So, but a new app that I use, it's called Ventusky. I'm going to show it to you here. I know some of you can see a little bit of me on the screen, but it's called Ventusky, and it's a great app, and it shows me a lot of things. And I can really look at a lot of ground level stuff and see the fog and stuff like I was talking about. So as you can see right now, it's 23 degrees with fog and mist, 100% humidity. But what gets me is the feel temperature. Look at this. It feels like 9 degrees out there. 9. The wind chill of 9. So that 18-mile-an-hour breeze really makes it crazy cold out there. So it's going to be an extremely cold day today. Extremely cold day. I can't stress that enough. So be careful if you are out and about. Okay. But a great app to use. Ventusky is what it's called. I believe it's. I'm not the best speller here. So Ventusky. Ventusky is a great app. I love it. So okay. Let's talk about the latest changes here for the National Weather Service. Obviously, the dense fog advisory has expired. I'm surprised it has, but it has expired. But let's go ahead and look at the winter weather advisory that just came out this morning. This is in effect until 5 a.m. Sunday. Okay, snow, freezing drizzle, dense fog. That's all part of that. That's probably what replaced the dense fog advisory. Snow accumulations of 1 to 3 inches with local amounts of up to 5 inches under heavier bands. I think they're kind of underestimating just a little bit. I do think that there's still a possibility that we could see even a little bit heavier spots of snow. But we'll see. We'll see how it goes. Okay, so slow down. Unless you need to travel, don't. Okay, I really, really recommend if you do not need to travel, just stay home today. Perfect day to stay home. It's Saturday. I know that there's, you know, things going on, but if you don't need to travel today, don't be out traveling. I'll show you the road conditions here as we get closer and closer to the end of our forecast. But yeah, so that's the current situation right now. Let's look at the Colorado map right now. This is what we have. We have a winter weather advisory. All these counties are involved into this winter weather advisory. Now I'm going to spread out for our fans in Nebraska and Kansas, so hang tight with me. But everywhere here is under a winter weather advisory. You go to Denver, it's dense fog advisory, guys. So if you're traveling to Denver, there's still dense fog going on out there. So you really don't want to travel I-76, Highway 34, Highway 71, 63, 36, 385. All those places should not be traveled today just because of what's going on. Let's go to the Nebraska, Wyoming side for our fans up there. You can see there's all the way from Torrington, Pine Bluff, Chadron, Kimball, Sydney, places like that. Same thing, winter weather advisory. Going to do a little roundabout 360 here. So to come back to Colorado, you can see all of pretty much Nebraska, including North Platte, Kearney, Holdred, Stockville, Imperial, Kansas. All those places are now under a winter weather advisory. Let's go down south a little bit into Kansas. You can see the winter storm warnings have actually spread west, and they're all by Hill City, Scott City, from this big storm coming in. Let's go to southern Colorado, excuse me, east central Colorado, as you can see right here, I-70 corridor. Oops, I clicked on Pueblo, but that's okay. And that's kind of what I wanted to do. So you can see that there. Okay, so, and there's actually a red flag warning by Trinidad. So unfortunately, they're not going to get much of this snowstorm. Let's look at the probability of the snowfall. Probability of snowfall. Okay. Right now, that wraparound moisture that I was talking about is still possible. They're still uncertain here. You could see some of the models are showing 3 to 6 inches here in southern Morgan County and Washington County on Highway 71. Wouldn't be surprised to see that kind of spread a little bit farther here. Seeing these two swaths here trying to connect overnight, we'll see what happens. Right now, 3 to 4 inches, Sterling 2 to 3 inches, Holyoke, Julesburg 1 to 2 inches. That is the snowfall total that they're expecting. Okay, that's what they're expecting. Now that doesn't mean that it's gonna be that amount. Again, that's what they're predicting. Let's look at the high end though. This one is what kind of had me too. There's that 6 inch swath that I was telling you about. You could have up to 6 inches of snow if, and then again, this is only if everything sets up right. It's got to set up right to do that. Okay, you can see parts of Ray, Cheyenne Wells, south of them could see some pretty good amounts of snow also. Okay, so we'll see what happens. Even Greeley could get in the mess here at 4 inches. And look at you folks in Julesburg, Holyoke, and Sterling. You're looking at 4 inches. Okay, George, quit rubbing it in. The Arizona is clear and warm. We all know that you live in Arizona and you love that weather. You won't even ride a motorcycle in Colorado during this time of the year. I'm going to share that because that's how much of a wimp you are on driving that. So I had to. Sorry, George. I love you. You know that. As I always said, George, I love you, but I'm not in love with you. Okay, so 6 inches or more. Look at our percentage chance. 12%, 13% chance of 6 inches or more. So, you know, there's a realistic chance. Let's look here. 4 inches, 43% for Fort Morgan, 4 inches or more. 2 inches or more, definitely. You can see those numbers go up, and you can see we're definitely going to get an inch or more of snow. So it's kind of cool to see those little graphics that they put out there. Now we won't get 8 inches, but again, I think 6 inches is a possibility here for Morgan County, Washington, Logan, and Weld, and a little bit of Adams County. Okay. So here's the uncertainty right now. This is what I was seeing from the Weather Service, and I felt this way yesterday too when I gave you all that briefing. Jake, I think so. I think you're in that swath, and you'll see what I'm going to talk about here in just a second. So, I tell my friends in Florida they turn into wimps. Absolutely, with the way it is. Let's talk about this little circle here. This is that uncertainty, and Jake, this might answer your question. Folks that live in Crook, Sterling, Akron, Fort Morgan, Brush, Hill Rose, places like that. This is kind of that area where heavier bands of snowfall can form. You may get 6 inches here, and you may only get 2 inches here, just depending where the heavier band of snow decides to set up overnight tonight. So that's why I'm saying kind of keep your guards up just in case. I-76 could be a disaster tonight of traveling if that does happen. If you get that heavier band of snow, visibility is going to be terrible. You're going to see slick roads already because of the freezing drizzle. It's going to turn into freezing drizzle first, folks, before it starts really snowing. So the roads are going to get bad. Okay, I cannot stress that. And again, you can see Morgan, Logan, and Washington counties. And I said this yesterday when I did the weather briefing that I thought that this was probably going to happen, and I felt that this could set up to be the way, where we could get a little bit of heavier snow out here. So again, if you're in that swath, I'm going to even say Yuma, you're in there too. As you can see, Yuma, Otis are all in that little swath. That is a possibility for some heavier snow. Now, people are asking about what if I travel west to the mountains? Probably not a good thing today. Also, you're looking at 12 inches of snow out by the Estes Park area, Vail, Breckenridge, all those places. And of course, let's be honest, they need it. That's what they need. That's their moneymaker. That's for the ski resorts. So somebody said, what time do you think the roads are going to start icing? It's already occurring. That is already happening up. So Jessica, I'll show you that here when I show you the map on CDOT, so hang tight with me. Okay, so let's look here. This is the prediction map for the HER. As you can see, the model is showing here that you can see the back side the backside of the moisture coming in. As that wraparound starts coming closer to us, watch it spread. Look at that. And it just starts coming right into us. And there's that swath of snow I was talking about. This here, 9 inches. And this is right at the panhandle of Nebraska and Colorado. Okay, right at the edge there. So 9.3 inches, Weld County. It could be more. And I do think that this has a possibility of kind of bringing itself together and tying in as one. We can see that snow band. Now, you folks are going, oh, we're not going to get much. It all just depends on this snow system. Once it starts pulling its way east, you're going to see a little bit more enhanced snowfall. So, again, this only goes 18 hours out. So, just hang tight with that one. All right. Eighth of an inch of ice already in Eckley. Not surprised to see that. Julesburg slick. Yep. It's definitely going to be there. Oh, good. I see that somebody's on from the team. That's awesome. Okay, so they can help answer some of those questions. East of Julesburg, already a couple of accidents, and the Ray roads are really slick, folks. I'm telling you, the folks in Ray and stuff, yeah, definitely, it's already moving itself. And you can see that here on this map as you see the T for trace. That's telling me the ice has already moved in on that backside of the state, or excuse me, on the east side of the state. So that's already ice and frozen precipitation coming. Let's look at the big picture here on the rapids. It shows a few more hours out. You can see it doesn't show as much, which I'm surprised. Usually they are pretty close, but the rap is saying no, 2 inches, and that swath is going to move a little bit farther east over by Sterling. So again, that's why I told everybody keep your guard up just to be safe. There was a question, like I said earlier, about Crook, and I believe it was Jake who said that. And just hang tight. Let's see how this next 18 hours goes for us. Now, the other concern is this swath here, guys. If you have family or friends that are traveling on I-70 into Kansas and Nebraska, Iowa, Missouri, okay, Missouri is going to get hit pretty hard as well. And like I said, there's going to be some tough goes for these folks here. Those are predicting models of 20 inches or more of snow. This is going to be a big snow event if it sets itself up correctly, like they're saying. So we'll see what happens on that. Let's look at the euro. I didn't click the euro, and I'm kind of curious now to see what the euro is going to say. This is one of the models, and you can see that swath of snow again in northeastern Colorado. But look at those numbers go up from this snowstorm. That's just insane. Okay, so we'll see. I mean, there's really starting to be a little more consistent. Let's look at this GFS, the global forecast. You can see, look at that swath of snow in Colorado here. Now it's showing it in Washington County more. So again, it's that uncertainty of where that snowman's going to be at, folks. So I can't stress that enough. Okay. Let's look at the big map and the big picture. This is what's going on. Okay. This, you can see red flag warnings for Arizona. Okay. So George, I know you're hot and dry down there, but you got red flag warnings for fires. Dense fog. These are your winter weather advisories in the light purple, I guess you'd call that. This is the winter storm warnings. This is an ice storm warning right here. Okay. And then I wouldn't be surprised to see other warnings come in. If the winds really pick up somewhere around here, you're going to see some blizzard conditions. I think you could see that possibility. I don't know where right now, but I think the winds are going to pick up as this storm really starts cranking itself out. Okay. So let's look at co-trip. A lot of people have asked me about the roads. This is what's already on CDOT right now. Highway 34. Okay. I-76, folks. If you click on this, it says US 34 icy in spots and fog. So if you're traveling Highway 34 anywhere in eastern Colorado, you're going to see icy spots. Okay. Look at this. I mean, everywhere you're at. This is out by Kersey here. I can put that camera on in Kersey, folks. Okay. And you can see it's wet here, but that's not wet. That's probably a little bit of ice in this area. If I move the camera a little bit, you can see the ice on the road in Kersey. Okay, so I'm telling you, you shouldn't be traveling out in that region. So hopefully people are trying to stay off that road. A good thing is I don't have the camera looking at the crash out there. Let's look at 34 just west, just west of Wiggins. You can see some of the roads there as well. Okay, they look wet. But again, I don't know for sure how bad it is out there. So I've had some people tell me that it is a little bit icy out there on 34. That's clicking the cameras. You can use it on CDOT, which is an amazing little feature that really helps us out. So Let's go back again to our forecast. Here we go. So today, winter weather advisory until 5 a.m. tomorrow. You're looking at wintry mix likely and areas of freezing fog. Snow tonight, snow into Sunday. Okay, it's going to wrap up Sunday though, and then it'll be partly sunny with a high of 25. But look at those low temperatures, folks. Sunday night. Yeah, that's right. 6. Don't worry. Tuesday night it gets cooler. 5. Okay. Look at the wind chill values tonight. -4. So it's going to get cold. Okay. Welcome to winter. Okay. The beautiful warm summertime is gone. We are now officially in the cold winter. So that is definitely coming here. Monday night, we're going to roll back in another chance of snow. Yet we're still uncertain on that storm as it's moving its way in. So we'll see what happens as it gets closer and closer. I love looking at the satellite image, folks. I got to show you this. This is so cool. I'm just, like I said, a total weather nerd, as many people know, and I love being I'm a official nerd, and I'm okay with that. Look at that low pressure system coming in from that moved in. It was in California, west of California yesterday. It's starting to crank itself in. It's starting to move its way down, and I think it's going to really set itself up. And I do think we're going to start seeing as it gets closer to this area here and sucks in that moisture from the Gulf Coast or from the Gulf Coast, from the Gulf of Mexico, and it's going to really start cranking, and it's going to become a snow cranker right here. Boy, I tell you what, if it did it here and set up over here and suck that moisture in, we'd be seeing that big time snowstorm over northeastern Colorado. But that's not going to happen. But what a beautiful satellite image that's coming across, and you can see all of Colorado is pretty much socked in. Northeastern Colorado and eastern Colorado is socked in under heavy clouds this morning. So again, a recommendation is to use Ventusky. It's a great one too because it shows some good views. And in Human Ray, I just saw that pop across the screen. I'm seeing ice reports of ice from several of our followers right now. Let me close this one. I'm seeing reports of ice from followers out there that it's icy already on Highway 34 and probably 385 in Ray. So be cautious right now if you're traveling anywhere. I would recommend not to travel at all at this time. I think if you have already traveled or you've already traveled, you're safe and stay home. If you're planning on traveling throughout the day, do not. I would highly recommend not to travel after this because it's just going to get worse and worse and worse as the day goes on. So it like somebody's just reporting that it was drizzling in Ray earlier this morning. I'm looking at my comments now, so bear with me here. I'm going to catch up my comments. So I appreciate everybody throwing in their feedback to those that are watching. So trying to get home from DIA after my flight gets in at 5 p.m. What's it going to look like? Crystal, I'm going to say probably not very good. I would not be surprised to see the roads really bad later on this evening as that moisture moves in and it really starts getting slick. And if you're going, it depends where you're going to, though, I guess. My question is if you're going back to the metro area, I think you'll be okay. I still think there's going to be icy spots, but if you're coming out northeast of Colorado here, out towards Ray and those areas, I think you're going to see some rough spots. But I do think if you're in the metro area going back, I think you'll be okay. Okay. And thank you, Abraham. I did say Arizona and I meant New Mexico. I'm glad that he fixed me on that. See, I'm glad that he's on there. He's probably chuckling as he's typing these comments back to me going, look, I got him every time. So I think he feels that every time he does that to me. So that's okay. I'm glad he's on here because he's the one who keeps me there, keeps me honest on things. I-76, yeah, pretty slick. I'm just going looking at some of the comments here. And I'm taking questions right now. So if anybody has any questions, here's your chance to ask me. Driving from Longmont right now back to Sterling. Oh, okay. Thanks. Abraham's coming back from Longmont, Sterling. Abe, give us a report as you can when you are coming back and keep us posted. If you get some photos and stuff, share them with us as you've been doing most of the morning. So Abe's the one who's been sharing the photos and stuff on the trip as he's driving back. So from Longmont to Sterling, Abe will give you an update there. I've heard Highway 14 is not the place to travel to this morning. Highway 14 is really bad, and that is north of, that's in Weld County from Sterling to Fort Collins. I heard that's pretty bad as well. So I heard that is not a good way to go. I'm only going to travel if I get called for snow removal in my local area. You're good to go, Stephen. Thank you for all that you do because Those are the guys that deserve all the credit. The firefighters, the law enforcement, the snow crews, those guys are amazing. Because of you guys, we are able to get to and from our places. Fort Morgan in Sterling. Brandon, I think Fort Morgan is kind of in that spot where I was just talking about. It's between that 6 to 8 inches of snow. If it sets up perfectly, I think we're going to get maybe 3 to 4 for sure. But I do think we have potential for a heavier band of snow. So, what's up, brother? Freddie's on there. Everybody, hopefully that he can stop by, and hopefully we'll be able to catch you this week when you come in for the team meeting. I'm really looking forward to seeing you again for the team meeting, my friend. So, Freddie Bryant's on, guys, and he's one of our our storm chasers here, and he's actually getting ready to head back to visit family and friends. So he's going to be going back to where it's even colder and snowier. So he'll enjoy that trip. Freddie, I'm telling you, I'm holding you to this. We're going to go chase a hurricane this summer. I'm going to go with you this time. Like I said, Eckley's had ice on the road. I see that. Yes, Julie, I saw that you said that you've had some ice in McCook already. So thanks for that update. And the weather for Brush. Lorenzo, I do think it's going to stay cold like it is right now. We're in the single digits with wind chill. I think we're going to start seeing that freezing drizzle move itself in here in the next couple of hours. And then I think it's going to turn over later on here into snow for us. So I think we're going to have some snow bands setting up over Brush, Fort Morgan, and even a little bit points further east. So we'll see what happens there. Yeah, Abe's saying definitely up to 5 inches. Fleming, you're right by that Sterling area. So I'm going to say you're kind of on that cusp. I think you're going to be maybe 2 to 3 inches, but I also think if that back throw or that upslope moisture comes and throws in, and then it slows up as it goes over you, I think you're going to see um, some more snowfall. We need more chasers like you down there. Hey, I'd love to do it, man. I'm telling you, I'm excited. I'm definitely excited. So, Sarah, looking at Hill Rose. Um, yeah, I think Hill Rose is kind of like Brush. You're going to get that 3 to 4 up to 6 inches though. So we'll see. Icy and foggy. Thanks, Crystal, for the Lone Star area down there. Yeah, up there. I should say up there because you're farther northeast of me, or no, you're east of me. So down there. I don't know. Up there, down there. What is it, Crystal? Help me out. Anyway, yeah, I think you're going to have icy and fog there. Uh, and that would be north of Otis, too. Crystal, help me out. What highway is that that's north of Otis there? That'll let me know that. That's the one thing I can never remember is that highway right there. So help me out on that one. You're welcome. Again, I appreciate it. Starting to pick up in Ray, not too bad. Yeah, we have 18-mile-an-hour winds right now here, and that wind chill is around 9 degrees, is what it feels like. Just got on Sterling. Jesse, I think you're going to get that 3 to 4 inches. I think, though, if things set up, you could get up to 6 if it snow bands itself. Okay. Yeah, I'm just waiting for Crystal. Crystal, I wish you could. Can you tell me what highway that you're on up there, right by there? I can't remember that highway that's there that goes north of Otis. That's where I'm stuck. 61. There we go. Thank you. 61. Thank you, Mariah. I appreciate that. 61 and 59. This was Crystal. Thank you, Crystal. I knew it was one of those highways. I can never remember those ones. 63, I get 36. I get all those ones, but when I get just to that Otis area, for some reason, I blank out on those. So we'll see. Traveling from Sterling to Holyoke at noon, is it going to be icy? I think that's a possibility. I think it's a good possibility. As a matter of fact, you're going to see some icy spots there, Sarah. So just keep that in mind if you do travel in that way. I would definitely not have your cruise control on. I would definitely monitor the roads, and if you need to slow down. Take a little bit of, give yourself a little bit of time, additional time as needed. Guys, I cannot stress, please do not put your brights on. Do not use your cruise control. Like I said, there's so many accidents already. It's the new year, and gosh, you just hate to see all these bad accidents. So please, please, please be careful. That was a great question. I just saw, what time is this starting? Goodness gracious. How did I forget to show that? Let's go here. So let me go here real fast. Let me go back to Morgan County here. But I'll even, matter of fact, let's do this. Let's go to Sterling. Okay, let's go to the Sterling area. And let's go see what it's saying, predicting for what time the snow is going to start. All right, so it says here around 4 o'clock is what it looks like that you're going to see your precipitation chances jump up from 28% to almost 80%. So I think you're going to get rain anytime soon, around after 1 o'clock. Light chance, a 20% chance, but look at that percentage chance jump up after 4 o'clock. So it looks like they're saying 4 p.m. is when things are going to really start cranking themselves. And let me share my screen here with you guys real quick. That way you guys can see again. Oops, let me click show. Oops, it's terrible. There we go. So looking at the graphics here, it's a great graphics here. You'll see it pop up on the screen. Mariah's telling me 2 accidents already this morning. Wow. Tell me where those are at, Mariah, please, just so that everybody has it on the screen so they know what we're talking. All right, so my screen's catching up. Now I can finally see you guys. There you go. So you can see there's that 80% chance of snow here, 87% chance of snow. So yeah, so I wouldn't be surprised. And there's your snowfall forecast. There's that icy mix, freezing rain. It's already going to start anytime. Somebody asked when. That Sterling area is showing at 12 o'clock. So goodness gracious, it's going to be rolling in pretty quick. So keep that in mind. The winds are still up there at 25. And they're going to slow down a little bit as the night goes on, but it's still going to be a really cold night. A really cold night. Look at those wind chills, -3, -4. That is for the Sterling area. Okay, so that is for the National Weather Service graphic out of Sterling. So I hope that clarifies everything. Let me put that screen off now. There we go. And take any final questions from anyone. I'm going to wrap it up. We've got about 3 minutes left of my stream. I know I took 30 minutes of a lot of people's time, and I just want people to be safe and let them know what's going on. That heavy snow, yeah, Morrow, it all just depends where that low pressure, when it starts cranking itself up. And I think that any time after 4 o'clock that it could start really cranking itself up. Cold and Fleming, enough ice for the for the dog to slip on the back steps. Well, at least you didn't slip on it, so just keep that in mind. You bet. You're welcome. There was a really bad accident, yeah, in Greeley. I saw that one by Five Rivers. Ambulance were east of Ray on 34, another between Ray and Holyoke. Oh my gosh, hate seeing that. So, yep, no problem, no problem. Hope you appreciate. I'm glad that you appreciate that, Corrine. Thank you so much for the nice comment. Okay, so that's it. Let's take any final comments. Well, I've got about 2 minutes left, and I'm going to wrap it up at 30 minutes. I know it took a lot of time, but I wanted to make sure that people were very thorough. You're welcome. You're welcome. No problem, Chief. Appreciate it. Any other questions? Any other questions, folks? I'm going to also be out with a live drive. Oops, I forgot to say that. I'll be out live driving here in a little bit too. I'm obviously with the ice. I am not going on the interstates or highways, so I'm going to stay local. There's just no way. Abe is already traveling I-76, so he'll give you updates there, and he'll let you know what those are because he's coming down 76 to Sterling. So I'm sure he'll give you some great updates there. But for me, I am not going to risk it, folks. I'm just not that kind of person. I do not do that. So yeah, definitely slick out there. Everyone be safe. Yep. Allow extra time, stay home. I love the comments. Yes, thank you for keeping us. You're welcome. Absolutely. One more minute, and I'm wrapping it up. So, again, live drive coming up a little bit later on, probably around noon or 1. Not noon, because that's 30 minutes from now. 12:30, 1 o'clock, I'll probably be out. Maybe a little bit earlier. We'll see. I'll try to get a live drive out, though. You betcha. No problem, Sarah. Oh, absolutely, Mariah. I will definitely be careful. Crystal, thanks. Good seeing you again. Like I said, Susan, probably around 12:30, 1 o'clock with that live drive. I don't know when I'll do another weather update like this. I just kind of watch for the changes of conditions. If they rapidly change, then definitely I will pop in and do another one. But we will see. I'll try to keep you updated as best I can, though. Have your notifications on too if you want to see any of these live videos and feeds. Appreciate it. So, Don, good seeing you. Hope things are doing well for you. Okay. Um, Down to 10 seconds. Okay, guys, that's all I have for you. Be careful out there. Stay safe. And please just keep following us along and watch for any weather updates as they come along throughout the day. Take care, everybody. See you later.